Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. Here's a pretty cool pattern. Take a lip or square, rotate it 45 degrees. Get your shape tool, pick rounded corners, hold down your control button and bring in those two corners. That's a common shape we make all the time. Control D, hold down the shift key to make it smaller. Hit B on your keyboard to put it to the bottom. We're going to go to effects and blend. We're just going to blend it 7 times. And we get that right there. Now, break the blend apart, group it together, and then hit the plus key and try to grab it right there on the edge. Don't do that. You need to get the 4-sided X or cross so it'll move it and have it snap to right there. Now what you can do is hit the Control D, holding down the control button and mirror it. Let's take the Smart Fill tool and you can see that it's perfectly aligned. And we're going to go ahead and group this together, Control G. Take the Smart Fill tool and fill in every other, you know what, it worked out because I had an odd amount. Maybe that'll look pretty cool. Go ahead and group that together. Let's make it a little bit smaller. And there's several ways to multiply it over. You know what? I didn't try this before, but we're going to make this thing 3 inches. And let's set our nudge factor on 3. And also I want to, yeah, that's going to work out perfect. And then, make as many as you want. Now the shape is pretty well consistent. Control D to duplicate, back that up. Control G to group, Control D to duplicate. And we could probably do this math-wise. We're you know what? Let's make it 4 inches. That might make the difference. I need to make it 4 inches before. So we know it's 4 inches from there to there. Well, that ain't going to work. Because if we make that 4 inches, it's going to do that. So what we really need to do is, we'll do it. Bring in an indexing line and have it snap to there. Bring in another indexing line and have it snap to there. Now, I could use the macro to measure that, but real quickly, we'll just take the parallel dimension tool. And really, it'd be better to use a line to see we're like, I'm gonna say 2 inches. You know what? Let's get out that macro. It's a pretty cool macro. Yours might say macros or scripts, and it's a free one from our friend Eskimo. And what it does, so what you do is select that, shift select that, and we're at 2.027. 2.027. And let's hit the plus key and move it down. I think that's perfect. But we need to move it over. I was thinking, well, if I had left them at, well, let's do this. Break this apart for a second. And this thing is 2.83. So go 2.83 divided by 2. And that's going to be our new nudge. Hoping this will work. So grab all that and nudge them over. Look at that, it worked perfectly. So you could just keep doing that and doing that. I can't remember what the height was. So after that, all that said, you're that far, Control G to group it, Control D to duplicate it. If you move it manually and hit it the first time, which I'm not, and when I'm saying hit it the first time, see, I'm off. I'm gonna have to zoom in. If you hit it the first time, it will Control D again. There we go. But see, I didn't hit it. So then I'm going to delete that copy, and I'm going to Control G to group it, Control D to duplicate it. This is just kind of showing you how easy the math would be. See, you got to get it the first time, and there's so much going on. If it was just lines, see, there you go. I hit it enough times. Now, what I really wanted to do is to change this. But one thing we could do, we could group that together and just kind of, let's make that same shape, holding down the control button. Let's rotate it 45 degrees. Let's get the shape tool, holding down your control button. We're going to make that same shape. And because we made it last, I'm going to hit P to put that in the center of the page. Let me get this out of the way. And then I'm going to hit P to put that in the center of the page. And because we made the red last, it's on top. And go intersect. And look at that. You have that shape of a pattern. Let's make it, make it all yellow. Let's put a black box around it. I like doing this because I think it shows off on everybody's monitor good. And it's a good icon. And you could do that with any shape. You could do it with a circle, I think. So I added a yellow line, so they're really kind of looks like they're separated. Anyway, I'll leave a macro, that guideline distance macro at the bottom of the video. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.